Hello everybody, so I am going to do a tour base on my base. The So here is the garage. I basically claimed one of the structures from Lost Cities, as you can see over here. Cleaned it up and updated it. Let's play around it a little bit. As you can see, I also used the roof as a tree grower. Over here, there's some stairs down over here, so I can collect some dirt for farms and such. Anyways, let's start with the roof actually to mix it up. I got some rich soil for what is it again? For farms. I'm gonna replace the normal soil with this one. I I do grow trees in here, of course, mainly spruce and oak, as well as palm trees too. Over here, I have my fishing spot with the roof to prevent phantoms. Another frame. Hold on. Another frame where my fishing rod should reside. Should reside. Iron chests to store whatever I get into them. Also a kelp farm too, since I'm gonna need those for conveyor belts and such. And yeah, that's about it for the roof. Well, so this is what I take off to the outside usually because I never use the door anymore. Ever since I got Elytra, at all. I barely even use it. Anyways, now let's go to the second floor. So here's my second farm. Well, farm the farm parsley, pepper bells, chickpea, and coffee. Also, here's my farm. I like farms for pigs, sheep, cows, and chicken. I'm mainly breeding them for both meat and to try to get the fucking maximum idle. I am still on my journey to get to the starter soul of Minecraft, which is this. Yeah, it's every effect in the game, in the Major's Accessories mod, and I'm gonna try to get that someday. Anyways, go back down to floor 1. In here, I have my regular farm, which is one of the longest standing structures that haven't been changed much. I will change up the soil, but besides that it won't be touched at all. Here I grow rice, flax, cabbage, wheat, carrots, onions, potatoes, beetroots, tomatoes, pumpkins, melons, and even sugarcane. It was over here. Coca beans. Also here is some crude, there's some manual machines that I set up from the very first 20 days. Here's my chantry for regular items for the spear, shears, etc. Alright, let's go to the first basement. In here, I have my okay, here we go. Here I have the regular smeltery. I use it alloy stuff, as well as use the spear, the cast, repair kits and such. Here I have the foundry, where I smelt stuff from raw ore into smelted. So I'm not gonna bother going through all 49 blocks worth of stuff in here. And in fact, 70 blocks actually. Holy! Even with casting basins, it still takes a while. Yes, over here, I have the glow plant farm, but I need those for like disinfectant and the biocam, because I have the protect pain mod. It overhauls the health system widely. And here, I used to have this like traditional storage with like chests. Then I switched to Tom's storage behind this exact wall. Then I moved it somewhere else, which I will show you in a little bit. But in here, I have the block of Queen Slime fucking beacon, which I originally saved here to like access the storage from anywhere, anytime via the advanced wireless terminal. But now I moved it somewhere else, and again I'm gonna show it later. Anyways, in here I have the manual brewery for like potions and stuff. I'm mainly gonna use it to like get instant health 3 potions because via the secret ingredient trinket. And this is where I started like making potions in general. This room is empty, besides the one personal support spike. It's besides the point. Here's the main room, however. I have the kitchen over here with a little table, 2 cooking pots, a cutting board, 2 oak cabinets that I never use. This corner I have both medical mixers to like mix stuff for like allergy serum and making allergy dressings, etc. Regular crafting table for prototype paint stuff because it does not like me using the crafting station. Smiting table for like creating the regular stuff, and also a wireless terminal. Blast furnaces, regular furnaces, part builders. This part builder to make wood or leather stuff for casts. To increase the anvil to reapply overslime or straight up repair if I let it break. Anvils, stone cutter, and cartography. I tried to get to maps, yeah. One layer deeper, I have both the mine, the locomotive, the fucking ultimate railway I used to use before I got to Lysra, and the Nether, as well as a fuck ton of great creations, pun intended. Anyways, let's review what I have. I have a millstone, a supercharged millstone, supercharged mechanical press, a pretty good mechanical crafter that I needed for the crushing wheels, spout, the disenchanter, item drain, the basin that I actually used to like brew stuff like fire resistant or harming potions. Water to use the said brewery. Also over here, mass smeltery, like blasting as well as washing too. Because I don't really want to smoking session as well. I have the chest light. Alright, this covers the external. Oh yeah, also ignore the random spawners. Just them around spawners. Yes, let's go to the back door. This is where all of the magic happens. So yeah, I use a lot of these. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm just kinda use the fucking cogwheel stacking, whatever it's named, to properly do stuff. In here, I have the first creation. It is very scuffed because I need to get the perfect stress for the press. Yeah, it looks as stupidly convoluted as it is. Anyway, in here I have the crafter, which is, yeah, I unfortunately needed to resort to just 16 SU per crafter. So gear stacking, of course. We have the miller right over here. As you can see, it's a bit convoluted too. I put a bunch of great record behind the scenes to not like look into the back room, so the exterior would look alright. And over here we have the fluid system. Yeah, it doesn't look good at all in the back room. So over here is the basin. The pipes go from and into and from this fluid tank. I just put like one step of the either brewed all the way uh, into the harming potion directly or whatever I use and put it directly into the tank or just cycle away. Depends on what I want. And this tank is cut to do this spout over here. Also, I have use levers to like toggle everything, as you can see right over here. Also use like reverse with some torches, of course. So, for example, let's get into here. I'll put this water into this basin. When I toggle this, it goes into the tank, as the sign right over here says. It takes a moment, but as you can see, it does go into the tank. When I press into the basin, it goes back to the basin because the tank is still active. It's gonna go right back into the tank once it fills. And in spout, it will goes into the tank that goes into the tank that goes into the spout. Right? As simple as this. Alright. That's the basin mechanism covered. I am pretty proud that it actually works pretty well, despite it being nothing but stuff. Anyway, in here I have the freaking shit. Here we are. Alright, in here we have the mass smeltery and mass washing. I colored the belts appropriately to each other so I won't confuse the two. I immediately built that to smelt the glass and sear and the grout. Grout, yeah, hold on. Yes, I can. And so basically, I assume that anything that can be done with a normal furnace that isn't food can be done with the blast smeltery. Anyway, yeah, a bunch of cogs stacking, of course. Also need to tweak the conveyor speed to be not too fast that it comes out raw and doesn't spend enough time on the conveyors, but also not too slow so it doesn't take fucking forever for it to finish. And it's like a pretty nice balance. Yeah. So yeah, I used the iron bars to separate the lava from everything else, so that the blustery works. Shit. Also, I mass washing for like clay. Yeah, I'm not sure why exactly I built that, but whatever. Also, I took advantage of my jump boost over here to make it look clean, so I can enter it cleanly too. As you can see, it doesn't look at the background at all. And how it works is I put the ingredients is over here. The dropper drops the ingredients one by one, and then they come out smelted. Oh yeah, also this conveyor in the middle is slightly slower than these other two. But I suppose it works. And it comes out smelted. I also smelted a bunch of stone too. A couple stone of the stove, so not. So yeah. Let's see the nether real quick too. The only thing that real notable for like a 4-bit base build is like the spawn room, so I want to get jumped the second I enter the nether, as well as the underground, which I do not along this together anyway. Which I do not want to go into because everything is spawning there constantly, so yeah, unfortunate indeed. Anyway, let's check the mines. In here, I have a railway from up and down. I built it before the illiterate too, because, well, you know, I actually wanted to use the railways for once, aka rails, like rails. Yeah, you get it. Here's some water from the highway for the leech rat. Also, yes, I did encounter like a similar cave over here. Via mine should have that, and this goes into a cave, of course. I did hear from the rifles a couple of times, but who cares? Anyways, let's go back down. Gotta make sure I want the ragdoll, or that can kill me very, very easily. Here's the minecart that I used to get up. Here's the main railway. I used it to like level up my sledgehammer, as well as getting drops from the Lucky Rock, which has a chance to give extra loot, which is basically any ores for the dimension except for Enderite. Except for Endlight, actually. Here I stopped, really. I just kind of ended this now, because I have way more than enough ores now by now for like anything I want to do. Yeah, this tunnel is long. I also under cave, big cave. Also, a couple of chests. I'm gonna keep them over here because we're not for like the legacy. Over here, I do have like a fucking tunnel to the towards the nether of portal, but I'm just gonna use the overall world for now. Anyways, let's get out. As you can see, the tunnel is I made so I can get into there with the lead thread right faster. And the last thing I want to show on the base is both the portal study, as I call it at least. It points to the W14 mod, my blog. The dimension tokens are displayed via signs, and right above it I have a study. Here I'm gonna list everything real. feel free to pause and read everything. I'm not gonna voice everything in here, but just feel free to read as I listen to them. I'm gonna fill out the dimensions books later, since I don't feel like it right now. Anyways, let me show you other builds that are outside of the main base. Hold on. Let me sleep real quick. Here we go. I'm just farming to Dreamcatcher. Alright. Let's take up to the Sky Slime Farm, which is over there. Oh shit, I forgot the railway. I forgot to show you the railway. I completely forgot about the railway. So yeah, when we take this minecart over here, I also like installed the Pleasant Caves achievements way later in the gameplay because I kind of forgot. So when we take this railway, it takes us into a crossroad. Just give us a moment. Alright. Here we have a crossroads towards the end portal and the Sky Slime Farm, which is where I wanted to head originally. Yeah, I used to use like these trailers a lot before I got the Elytra because like I can just sit down and wait till the minecart does the job for me. It's always pretty fun, you like using all these toys. And I have a Railcraft Reborn, and maybe I can actually reincorporate the railways properly with like proper speed. I cannot for the life of me like figure out the electricity thing at all, man. Yeah. Let's put like cobblestone around here. Like remember where I need to turn. Put the minecart to turn. So in here, from over here, this goes to the like iceberg. Just remember, so I can get ice for ice packs to get to like in the nether for more than 5 minutes. Anyways, here's the Sky Slime Farm. I got the regeneration and resistance beacon. I'm gonna explain a little bit why. Those oak log, the tree farm, some miscellaneous chests, of course, and then go into the stair of it. block, whatever. Here I have the anvil and the farm. A bunch of helpers being in this singular diamond chest. And it says shrimp. I'll just swinging my sword to get all the sky slime. This is not the only, but leveling my sword isn't the only. Like King Sky Slime and Titanium is not the only purpose, since now I can also level up my shield, my sword, and my armor by just either swinging, of course, or directly taking damage, or directly blocking it. Since slimes completely ignore any and all iframe, no wait, no. Since slimes like attack each tick, like Anol and the shield does not have high invincibility frames after being hit, they can shred through the shield of Silver Slime. That's a good thing when leveling it up, because it can give a lot of XP very quickly. Yeah, also this is why I put the beacon on resistance too, because strength is like overkill. Plus, I don't really want to do that. Anyways, the way it works is I just put multiple layers of like sky slime grass on top of each other, and then all of them fall down into the water, which brings them into the kill chamber. Oh shit. Oh yeah, also I should not be staying in the water for this long because of its balance. Yeah, look, what the fuck? What the fuck was it lag? Anyway. I also put the tough roof to make them fall in easier. Oh, and I fell again. That's just amazing. Anyway, I'm pretty proud of this because I did completely on my own without any tutorials, just from whatever knowledge I had at the time at least. Anyways, let's address the terminal shaped elephant in the room. That is in a completely different location. Let me just get to that real quick. I understand the Z coordinate, Jesus. Anyway, when we go over here, we have the Infinite Void portal. Down here, I have a failed cacti farm. Hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think my theory is that if the seasons mod fails to like allocate the season of the dimension, it just prevents the plants from like growing at all. It also happened in the end too, I think. Not too sure though. Anyways, all the way over here, we have the storage island. Let me just get right into over here. In here, I have all of the storage I use via the advanced barrel terminal. CS can use the hotkey to open it at any time, as long as this is in my inventory or on my belt. But whoever takes up the belt slot, so who cares? In here I have all of the items. completely unorganized from in the chest, but very organized in the terminal. I can search search them up as I please. Like steel, whatever for the paint stuff. I don't need to just tap and paint to get all that. Railcraft worn stuff. Yeah, like I can just access any of these chests any time, and I basically have I kind of have a like pseudo inventory, but everything is limited from what I have gathered. I can also put everything in the chest as I please. Because, well, of course I can. So yeah, that's the one of the elephant syndrome address. Also, yes, I have the fucking netherite spear, musket, slime longbow. I will remove I also have travel chambers, but those are in the field. Oh, what else do you show actually? Huh. Yes, that's the builds and slimes dimension. Yeah, that's it. Alright. Well, let's get this over with. The only build that I have in any of these dimensions is in the slimes dimension. And it's a blaze blood one. The also Salkers on here, but don't worry about it, I can just kill them pretty easily. Anyways, here we are. So, as you can see, I used because there were two place spawners next to each other. I used the oh, the slab under. God damn it. Anyway, I used the opportunity to combine these two nearby spawners into a singular blaze blood farm right over here. They fall in here through the streams of lava into the smeltery, where they just die and turn to blaze blood. Yep, that's literally it. Also, yes, I did build this entire tunnel by myself too. I mean, of course, how would I get the farm? Just fly through the goddamn sky? Of course not. There's a bunch of scary monsters in there, around there. Like blazers, stalkers, witches, and all that. So yeah, that was my base. Feel free to like leave suggestions to what should I do, because I am running out of ideas what to do with this world. One of the like projects I plan to start is like populate this city with villagers, make it completely safe, repair whatever damage there is in the village, and then populate it with villagers as well as like stations and etc etc. So I can also get the vouchers too. And I did get a dimension of villagers, so transporting them into here shouldn't be too much of a problem. As long as I like make sure that there are no monsters could spawn like anywhere in here. So yeah. Goodbye.